Meghan Markle's Hollywood struggle. Why Netflix's decision spells trouble for her career. From royal fairy tale to Hollywood reality check. Once upon a time, Meghan Markle seemed poised to conquer Hollywood. She had the royal title, the global attention, and a multi-million-dollar Netflix deal that promised creative freedom and endless possibilities. But fast forward to today, and things are looking a lot less glamorous. Netflix, once her biggest industry ally, has reportedly pulled its sponsorship from With Love, one of Meghan's ambitious projects. This move not only signals trouble for her Hollywood aspirations, but also raises serious questions about her ability to deliver content that resonates with audiences. How did Meghan go from a sought-after figure to someone struggling to find her footing in the entertainment industry? And what does Netflix's latest decision mean for her future? Let's dive into the story behind the headlines. Netflix's cold shoulder, a major setback for Meghan. Back in 2020, Meghan and Prince Harry inked a jaw-dropping deal with Netflix, reportedly worth around $100 million. The streaming giant had high hopes that their post-royal projects would generate the same level of intrigue and drama that surrounded their dramatic exit from the British monarchy. At first, things looked promising. Their docuseries Harry and Meghan gained significant viewership, though not without controversy. But after that, things began to unravel. Pearl, Meghan's animated series, was scrapped in 2022 before it even saw the light of day. With Love, initially pitched as a heartwarming and progressive docu-series, failed to generate enough buzz for Netflix to justify keeping it. So, why is Netflix pulling out now? Simple. Hollywood is a results-driven industry. If a project doesn't generate significant engagement or revenue, it doesn't survive. And unfortunately for Meghan, she hasn't been able to deliver the kind of content Netflix hoped for. But is this just a case of one failed project? Or is there a bigger pattern emerging? A string of disappointments. Why Meghan's projects keep failing? Let's be honest. Meghan Markle knows how to capture headlines. But does she know how to create compelling content that audiences actually want to watch? That's the question industry insiders are now asking. One recurring issue in Meghan's Hollywood ventures is her reliance on the same overarching theme, her grievances with the royal family. While her initial interviews and tell-all revelations sparked public curiosity, the constant rehashing of her royal exit and perceived mistreatment has worn thin. Critics argue that Meghan's projects tend to lack depth and originality. Rather than bringing fresh storytelling to the table, she often leans into her past controversies. And audiences? They're starting to tune out. The changing public perception, from icon to opportunist? At the start of her Hollywood journey, Meghan was hailed as a modern, progressive icon. People admired her courage for stepping away from royal life and forging her own path. But over time, that narrative has shifted. Many now view Meghan as someone who capitalizes on her royal connections while simultaneously distancing herself from them. It's a paradox that has left audiences confused and increasingly uninterested. Where did it go wrong? Overexposure and overexplanation. From Oprah to Spotify to Netflix, Meghan and Harry have spoken at length about their struggles with the royal family. At some point, audiences started wondering, what else do they have to say? Lack of substance in her projects. Unlike other public figures who successfully reinvent themselves, Meghan hasn't managed to break free from her past. Her projects often feel like extensions of her personal grievances rather than standalone, engaging stories. Dwindling sympathy. Initially, the public was sympathetic toward Meghan's experiences. But repeated interviews and media appearances, without significant new insights, have led to fatigue. Now, with Netflix backing away, Meghan faces a harsh reality. Without strong, commercially viable projects, Hollywood may soon lose interest in her altogether. Drew Barrymore drama. A PR disaster in the making? If you thought Meghan's Hollywood struggles were limited to her Netflix deal, think again. Reports recently surfaced about her alleged backstage behavior during an appearance on The Drew Barrymore Show, and it wasn't exactly a love fest. Sources claim that Meghan's attitude toward Drew's staff was less than warm. Some even described it as condescending. Allegedly, she carried herself with an air of entitlement, making diva demands that left the crew frustrated. Why does this matter? Hollywood is built on relationships. Unlike the rigid hierarchy of royal life, where protocol dictates interactions, the entertainment industry thrives on collaboration, humility, and respect. If Meghan is alienating industry professionals, it could make her Hollywood journey even more difficult. And let's not forget, the optics of this situation aren't great. Drew Barrymore is beloved for her warmth, authenticity, and decades of experience in Hollywood. If audiences are forced to choose sides, Meghan may not like the outcome. Can Meghan Markle save her Hollywood career? With each setback, the pressure is mounting for Meghan to reinvent herself. The question is, how? If Meghan wants to succeed in Hollywood, she needs to pivot fast. Here are some things she should consider. Move beyond the royal narrative. Audiences are exhausted by the royal drama. Meghan needs to show she has more to offer. A documentary about a compelling, universal issue rather than personal struggles could help shift perceptions. Find the right creative partner. Working with a seasoned storyteller could help elevate her content beyond just her personal experiences. A scripted drama, perhaps inspired by Suits, could leverage her existing acting background. Embrace authenticity over PR-driven branding. Audiences respond to genuine personalities. Meghan should focus on relatable and inspiring stories rather than controversy-driven narratives. Final thoughts. What's next for Meghan? Netflix pulling the plug on With Love is a wake-up call from Meghan Markle. While she still has opportunities, the industry's patience appears to be wearing thin. If she doesn't pivot soon, she risks fading into irrelevance. Another former celebrity turned royal turned ex-royal struggling to find her place. Will Meghan reinvent herself and prove she has more to offer than royal drama? Or will Hollywood move on without her? One thing's for sure, time is running out for her to make the right move. What do you think? Can Meghan Markle turn things around in Hollywood? Or is she fighting a losing battle? Share your thoughts below. The Hollywood crossroads, reinvention or irrelevance. At this moment, Meghan Markle stands at a critical crossroads in her Hollywood career. The very industry that once saw her as an intriguing outsider is now beginning to question her long-term viability as a creative force. The Netflix fallout, coupled with public fatigue over her narrative, means she has a tough decision to make. Double down on her current approach, hoping that public interest in her life story will somehow be revived. Completely rebrand herself, moving away from royal controversies and proving she can create content that stands on its own merits. But let's be real, option one is a dead end. The numbers don't lie, and audience disinterest is already setting in. That leaves only one path forward, reinvention. So, what would a Meghan Markle reinvention even look like? Stop trying to be a Hollywood power player overnight. One of Meghan's biggest miscalculations has been assuming she could instantly become a Hollywood mogul simply by virtue of her royal status. Yes, having a global platform is valuable, but Hollywood doesn't hand out success based on headlines alone. Just ask countless reality stars, socialites, and influencers who tried and failed to transition into legitimate careers in entertainment. Hollywood is about long-term credibility. Meghan's best move now is to humble herself, start small, and prove she can produce content that resonates. What could this look like? Guest appearances on established projects rather than trying to launch her own production empire overnight. Partnering with respected creators instead of trying to force her own brand into the spotlight. Taking on a non-royal acting role, even if it's a supporting character in a series or a film, showing audiences that she's more than just a duchess. Ironically, her past as an actress on Suits proves she can be part of a successful project if she lets the work speak for itself instead of constantly pushing her personal brand. Shift from victimhood to visionary. Meghan's personal story of overcoming adversity is compelling, but at a certain point, constantly revisiting the same grievances starts to work against her. Take a look at other public figures who successfully reinvented themselves. Jennifer Aniston. After years of being defined by her divorce from Brad Pitt, she shifted the conversation to her work, starring in award-winning roles in The Morning Show and Cake. Reese Witherspoon. Instead of playing the Hollywood victim after box office flops, she created Hello Sunshine, a production company dedicated to strong female storytelling. Princess Diana, she turned public scrutiny into a platform for humanitarian work, making the world focus on her actions rather than her personal struggles. What do they all have in common? They moved forward. If Meghan wants to regain control of her narrative, she needs to stop looking backward and start creating something fresh, meaningful, and impactful. Find a passion project that isn't about herself. Let's face it, Meghan Markle loves being the center of attention. That's not inherently a bad thing. It's a trait that many successful entertainers and entrepreneurs share. But the key difference is that truly successful figures know when to step back and let the work shine, rather than making everything about themselves. If Meghan truly wants to win over Hollywood, she needs a passion project that isn't just a thinly veiled extension of her own personal grievances. Potential winning ideas. A documentary on global women's issues, leveraging her platform to highlight stories outside of her own experiences. A children's series focused on diverse storytelling, building a new generation of inclusive narratives. A scripted drama series that isn't about royalty, proving that she can craft compelling stories beyond the confines of her own life. This is Meghan's chance to prove she has a real creative vision, not just a personal vendetta. Repair key industry relationships. One of Meghan's biggest obstacles right now isn't just Netflix pulling out. It's the whispers in Hollywood circles about her alleged diva behavior. Take the Drew Barrymore show incident, for example. If reports are to be believed, Meghan walked on a Drew set with an entitled attitude, treating crew members as if they were beneath her. Newsflash: Hollywood remembers these things. People like Drew Barrymore, Oprah Winfrey, and Reese Witherspoon didn't just become beloved figures because of their talent. They are also known for their professionalism, kindness, and ability to collaborate. If Meghan has any hope of continuing in Hollywood, she needs to mend fences with those who have spoken out about her alleged behavior. Stop acting like royalty in an industry that values teamwork. Show humility, acknowledging that she still has a lot to prove. Because the truth is, nobody wants to work with a diva, especially one who hasn't earned the status to back it up. The harsh reality: does Hollywood even need Meghan Markle? This is the most uncomfortable question Meghan has to face right now. Does Hollywood actually need her? Because, let's be honest, Netflix doesn't need Meghan Markle. Neither do major production companies, streaming platforms, or audiences who have plenty of other content options. Right now, the only person who truly needs Hollywood is Meghan herself. And if she doesn't make the right moves quickly, the industry will simply move on without her. Final verdict: Meghan's last chance to prove herself. With Netflix stepping back and industry patience wearing thin, Meghan Markle is standing at the edge of a cliff. If she keeps pushing the same old narrative, she risks fading into irrelevance, becoming a tabloid curiosity rather than a legitimate Hollywood player. But if she reinvents herself, focuses on authentic storytelling, and humbles herself enough to start fresh, there's still a glimmer of hope. So what will Meghan do? Will she course correct and prove she has more to offer than royal drama? Or will she double down on a failing strategy, watching her Hollywood ambitions slip further away? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure: if she doesn't act fast, Hollywood won't wait for her. What do you think? Can Meghan Markle salvage her Hollywood career? Or is she already too far gone? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.